Good morning.
Stefan, I know. I'll just leave it at that. I know. I know. Ishan Ali. Or yeah,
Good.
it's good to see everybody and their tanned faces from the summertime, all that playing and the fun.
Not over yet.
Summer's not over. Actually, yeah, it's quite beautiful out there these days. Chris, how are you?
Good morning.
You look fantastic. You look like you're ready for a big announcement next week or something. I'm happy
Well,
for
yeah, I
you.
mean, it's all anticipation and healthy living. What can I say?
That's it. That's it. Tim, congratulations on having such a producing an amazing specimen of a driver for your son there. I was chatting with Deb. For those of you who don't know, Tim Fittler is one of our superstars in the North for our agents, married to another superstar, Deb.
He's way more
They
super than me.
okay. Good. Um, they have a son. They did I guess, a tour down the U.S. for the longest driving contest of some sort, and he drove the ball over 400 yards, which I didn't know was possible. You could drive a ball that far, Tim. I thought it was just
Uh,
you and me.
he can. I did try out myself just for fun since I was there and had my driver with me. I hit one 309, but he parking lotted me at 414,
Oh,
and like some of the pros were hitting it 440 up to 450. It was pretty crazy.
that's insane. Well done. Well done for raising such an amazing athlete. It's all you, Tim. That's all you. All right, we'll just wait for a few. We went with a different link today, just to make sure everybody's on their toes. It wasn't a mistake.
Yeah,
We
see if
did it on.
everyone's awake.
I actually clicked on it and then closed it, saying, oops, maybe I clicked on the wrong link. And I went back out and came back in. I'm like, okay, you're using the same link.
Good. Mission accomplished, Shanali. Mission accomplished.
I noticed.
Good. Yeah, just as folks are coming on, I just got to, welcome back everybody. It feels like the summer went by so fast in certain areas as far as social, and I didn't get to really see many people for social activities, but it seemed like it was a long summer. A lot has happened over these last 2 months within the brokerage, with deals, with the industry. It's been wild. We're gonna catch up on all of it. We're gonna summarize it all in this little Zoom here. But yeah, I'm just a few more folks coming in here, getting started. So welcome back, everybody. And there are a few faces that are new here coming on for the very first time. If first time on our Zoom meeting, welcome. Welcome to our humble weekly meeting where, again, just a little bit of orientation. We do this. Uh, it's casual. I try not to record these sessions so that we can just have discussions very freely, openly. But it's to share our top performers' ideas. We're sharing what's happening in the marketplace, and this is a session for you. And although I might,
Remember, Jay just said hello to us. Hi, Jay.
hi
We're
Jay.
really excited to have you.
Yeah, welcome aboard. I really do. I don't want to point anybody out, although Jay is such a driver personality. Hey, I'm here. I'm here. But welcome to those who are here. I'm going to give you a proper formal welcome in our meeting, which will be held next week in both our north operations in Blue Mountains and then our southern operations in Brampton, for everybody to give you that warm welcome. But for those of you who are new, this is a Zoom meeting. We do this every week, and sometimes it's casual and it takes on a very casual, and sometimes we try to have a tight agenda. So this is our first one back in the fall. I'm excited to say hello to everybody. You can see that I'm completely white. I didn't get out much over the last month. No sun in the fun for Trevor, or fun for anyways. I didn't have much fun in that way in the sun, but it was still an exciting summer. A lot of things happening, and yeah, I just want to bring a big warm welcome back, Tio. I missed you so much, Tio. You absolutely left at the wrong time. But I know you had an amazing holiday with your family.
Yes, I
And
did. I picked
yeah,
August being a slow month, usually in real estate.
Usually
What,
it is.
what can go wrong in the middle of my holidays?
yeah, nothing. Just the fall of probably one of the largest brokerages in history. But it was, yeah, it was a busy month, Tio, and I know you were very eager to get back and struggling to be away but we got through it. We had a lot of help. So, but it's
It
good
was
to have you
really
back.
nice for me to come back in and be Trevor's assistant.
Yeah. No, that was important. So look, I mean, lots has happened before we kind of get into things. Besides Tio, where did you go, by the way, on your holidays? Where did you travel throughout Europe?
I traveled for 3 weeks back home, which is Romania,
Yep.
and then Germany, Switzerland, and Austria.
Amazing. That sounds like an amazing trip. Can anyone top that trip? Because if not, we'll just move on. I don't think we can any. I went. I drove the Forks of the Credit road down through Bell Fountain. That was great. That was my highlight trip there. But well, welcome back, Tio. I'm
Yeah.
gonna just share my desktop with my agenda here, and I'm sure there's gonna be lots of discussion on a couple points here. So bear with me as I'm opening my little presentation up. Yeah, look, I don't want to spend too much time on this because you guys have probably been inundated with the news as of August 14th. I'm just reviewing this for some of you who may have been under a rock or in Romania for the last month. But yeah, no, iPro has been shut down as of August 14th. Unfortunately for those agents, 2,400 agents and 17 offices, they've had some decisions to make, and unfortunate and completely inappropriate and illegal. The broker of record, who all of us likely know either through personal interaction, if not through reputation. This is a complete surprise because, and I know Mom can speak to her relationship with Rui over the years and his he's a professional. He was a
Yes.
professional. I have to say it in that tense now,
Yeah.
and was always someone that I think we not only were colleagues, but we looked up to in many ways in that regard.
Yeah,
But
very
it's
highly
very
regarded
disappointing.
in our industry. Very highly regarded. Yeah.
So very disappointing what did take place. I'm sad to see this. This does not just impact the broker of records and the owners at iPro. It impacts most importantly the consumer and the trust that the consumer has in the industry on how a brokerage or a broker of records can be handling their trust accounts, which are never to be touched. Not a dollar, not $11 million. And so this story is ongoing. I'm paying attention, of course, but there's an investigation happening. The trust account has been shut down. There is an investigation that is happening there. Just a little bit of overview as to, when $11 million is basically goes missing, what the insurer is covering here. And if anybody has any questions, they of course have been reaching out to us if you've done a deal with an iPro agent. And there's a process to go through that. So we've been one-on-one working with those our agents and agents who have joined us from the iPro brokerage. So as I said, the number one concern here is for the consumer and their trust in our industry. Period. End of story. That's our priority. The second real damage here is to those agents who were following this leadership and have a failed leader in that way. And I'm really I don't like to be in a position of speaking badly about anybody in this industry, but this is awful what they have done, and this is not the faults of any iPro agents that worked there, and but they've been having to make these decisions. I did kind of just hyperlink. If anybody has any kind of like where do you go for information or these updates, if you just type it into Google, you'll come to the Rico website. It gives you kind of play by play the different things that have been happening here, and you can get those updates, which are quite valuable as well too. So, Joanne, do you want to add anything to any of that as far as that news? Because that's pretty big,
Yeah,
earth-shattering
this
news.
is, I mean, as when it comes to brokerage, this is the worst thing that any brokerage can do. And so we were all very concerned to know that Rico themselves were aware since May and had not taken action up until, you jeopardize the consumer, and you look, a lot of realtors are going to be hurt, have been hurt through this. So it's really disappointing, and I am in full agreement with all the investigations that need to be held, that are necessary to bring back confidence into the real estate industry. But for us at Century 21 Millennium, you're going to be seeing your colleagues that you've worked with over the years, you've done deals with, and we're really proud that we've brought on what we believe so far is nothing but the best of the best. So when you meet them next week at the meeting, please, not just hug and embrace them, as we always do at our meetings, but just please have that extra understanding and support as we transition. You can only imagine how you would feel yourself. And so please be extremely supportive to those who we have been fortunate enough to bring over, because we really are thrilled with the caliber that have come to us. And we want to make them feel at home and supported, and that everybody understands this is some injustice that was done to them as well. So just be yourselves, be your welcoming, supportive selves.
Absolutely. Here are my next part of my little presentation here is I think everybody knows this. Chris, this is your favorite guy. I'm pretty sure. Ron
And it's
Butler.
Grace's favorite guy too.
Oh, you like this guy, Grace? Big fan. Here, I downloaded this video because I think it's pretty good insight and good advice here. Let me just play this.
Anyone who thinks the price of houses is going to suddenly rebound in Ontario is very fucking wrong.
Yep.
Okay. The price of real estate is not going to rebound in Ontario in October, November, December, January.
Not with our jobs numbers.
No, not with the jobs numbers we're seeing, not with the economy the way we're looking at it. By the way, crazy stat. Compliments to the guy who, I'm sure his name is Joe Flynn, is the guy who found this. We believe, through his searching, that 3% of all listings in the TREB system may be power of sale.
I believe it. I've seen a few.
You've seen a few? You've seen some come through, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which compares with 2021, when they may have been less than 10 basis points of the listings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people are still in denial. I've had people saying, what can I do? My house is currently in power of sale. Can you help me? And I've had a few where they were trying to say, listen, I think my house is worth this and the appraisers are wrong. And I have to have that conversation saying, I understand why you think that your house is worth that.
I mean, I just wanted to share that cute little video. There's been, as you saw with some of those stats I've been kind of putting up on the screen there. Obviously, lots of changes that have happened over the last month with regards to our Canada's growth, with regards to the jobs reports. We do have it coming up next week. We do have, that's incorrect what I've got there, September 4th, as far as rate announcements go. But the rate announcement is on the 17th, which is next Wednesday, will be coming out. Chris, can you comment on what predictions or thoughts are at sentiments in the market right now on that one?
Well, I mean, I think pretty much everybody's expecting a quarter point drop from the Bank of Canada the next announcement. We're hearing. I mean, first of all, the job numbers were not good. GDP shrank, which is obviously something we don't want to see. So there's lots of ammunition for the Bank of Canada to make that decision. We're also expecting the U.S. Fed to drop by at least a quarter point, maybe a half. I know there's been some chatter that they could drop as much as a full 100 basis points. I don't think that's going to happen.
Wow.
But I think probably a quarter to a half is likely. So that as the U.S. Fed drops, it gives the Bank of Canada more room to drop our rates as well, because we don't want to be too far off the U.S. Fed, because that devalues our dollar. But in some ways, a lower dollar is not such a bad thing right now if we're trying to pick up some slack in exporting and so on. It makes Canadian products more affordable. So. But I think we are going to see a drop. Whether that's going to translate to fixed rates is another story. And we've been talking about this for a while, but I don't think we're going to see a lot of movement on the 4 or 5 year fixed rates. They're largely tied to the bond market. The bond market has priced in basically what they think is going to happen. And I think we will see some drop, but I don't think it's going to be a huge drop on fixed rates.
It's interesting, this sort of, as we're having these discussions on we're basically speculating with regards to what the Bank of Canada is going to do with the various global factors, economic and political factors in the world. Whether you're listening to Chris, Trevor, Mr. Ron Butler, whoever you're listening to, we don't know and we don't control. And this is the whole point. Our business is not to anticipate knowing all of these factors within our business. Our business is very specific. We are in a game where there is opportunities in the marketplace, where there are transactions, and what are we doing and what can we control within our business? And that's really, I know next week we're going to be having Chris Leader come and speak at the fall recharge meetings. Please take a note as to these events. If you have not registered, please do. So this is a little bit different. Normally we do the Brampton and Orangeville Etobicoke office now on the Wednesdays. We just switched it up for availability. So Friday we'll be doing the Brampton, Orangeville, and Etobicoke meeting in Brampton at the Turnberry Golf Course. Nice venue there. But we did want to break it up. I know usually we try to bring everybody together. I need maximum participation. So traveling, I don't want it to be a challenge for the folks in the north or vice versa, right? So we're trying to keep it central for all the big 2 sections of our business. So I really want people to come out to this session. Chris, if you haven't heard Chris speak before, many of you have, of course. I mean, look, this guy is a fundamental sales trainer. Of all of the sales trainers that are out there right now, he's the one I relate to the most as far as skill sets, as far as the practical applications within your business. And he is coming out next week. Of course, he's going to have an exciting opportunity afterwards for us to engage with, which is going to be convenient, I will say. So please come out to this session. It's a great way to set yourself up. It has been a very quiet last 2, maybe almost 3 years for the real estate market. And as Ron Butler is saying, look, you don't expect the prices to go back up, but I am telling you, just in the last 2 weeks, as far as transactions, we have seen an uptick. I know Mom and I were sitting down. She came in the office last week. We sat down and she's like, holy shit. Sorry. Holy smokes.
I didn't say a bad word, Trevor.
We have seen some significant increases just in these 2 days of this week from transactions this week in comparison to last week, right? So there's a significant number there. Christina, you got a comment or a question there?
Just wanted to say that if you haven't already RSVP'd, I just dropped the link in the chat. So just to check the chat, go through and RSVP. I need to send those in today.
Cool. And you did that for the North as well, too?
I don't think I have that link. Sandy's on the call. Maybe she can grab that link. I don't have the Norths.
Yeah. Maximum participation with this event here. I think this is one of those events that, as I was saying, it's been quiet. I think there's going to be a roar coming with transactions, and I'm not saying prices are coming back. No way. But there's a lot of people just sitting on the sidelines waiting.
And Trevor, to the point of the video you just showed from the mortgage broker, might be a nice thing to incorporate, caution them about the language before, but this, we are still dealing with sellers who are expecting higher prices. So all this is doing is letting the sellers know, no, you don't need to wait. If you expect something's going to jump in November or January, now is the time. And it's the same message for the buyers. Like this, it's stable. You can get in now. You can, and it's being reflected in us seeing an uptick, however little, an uptick in the sales, which we get up and do the happy dance for. So
yeah, we do. Oh, look at all those deals. But on Monday, the holiday Monday, I remember Sarah was my wife was she came out at 10 o'clock. She's like, "Oh my God, babe, you've been on the phone all morning." I'm like, "Yeah, since like 7:30." The number of deals and questions on deals were huge on that Monday. And then my mother then on Wednesday was like, "Oh my God, the numbers of deals." My God, I knew it. So we know at the front line where things and there's like a storm kind of brewing in the backdrop. I'm seeing that. I'm not saying prices are going to go back to 2021, no way, but there's action happening. People are moving around. So be ready. And I think this comes at a really good time to have a guy like Chris come out. Hey, do you have all your ducks in a row? Are you doing all the fundamentals in your business? Because let's face it, it's been quiet the last 2-3 years. What have you done in your business to prepare for that next kind of rush, if there is going to be a rush? So yeah, looking forward to seeing everybody next week.
The North link, the North RSVP link is now in the chat as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Christina. If you don't mind, this session for next week that Chris will be speaking at, what do you guys want to get out of it? I've got my presentation kind of clarified right now. I know Chris has his presentation as well too. Really, he's got it nailed down. But what do you want out of this session for yourself? If you don't mind, as the meeting goes on, I'm going to have Christina just copy all the content and the feedback here. What do you want to get out of this session? Like, what are you faced right now with your challenges? I want to speak to those challenges in next week's meeting. So please, if you have an idea for the meeting next week that you need to have addressed, put it in the chat there. And it's not redundant. If you said it before, no problem. Say it again. I want to make sure this meeting is in context with what you're going through right now. And it could be something as simple as like, I just forget how to do, door knock. I forget how to do my listing presentation. It's been so long that I've actually done a purchase agreement. Like whatever it is, let us know. I want to know what that is for that session and make sure I'm bringing value there.
And Trevor, I see in the chat right now, Jay had just put a comment in there. It's sometimes such an easy conversation to have with a seller if the price for the price of their property. Yeah, it is difficult. And you have to be prepared when you're going to have that conversation. So that's a really good thing to bring forward for your agenda and Chris's agenda. And I do see, Jim, you had a question for Chris there. I think some of the conversation answered that, but we might want to take a look at
Jim,
Wenda's.
please ask.
So Jim was just asking if a quarter point change in the Bank of Canada rate is going to make a difference in the market. And I did reply in the chat, but basically I was saying, I don't think it's going to make a difference in the market really. The rates are normal now. Like they're not high, they're not super low, but they're in that normal range. I don't think rate is really holding people back right now. I think the thing that's missing from the market is that fear of missing out that was, which was really out of control over the previous couple of years. But that sort of healthy fear of missing out, of not getting that right house, is still kind of missing. But I have seen an uptick, as Trevor was saying, in the last couple of weeks since Labor Day. I've got more applications, more pre-approvals that I'm working on, so that's a good sign. And I'm cautiously optimistic we're going to have a decent fall market. Not I don't think it's going to be crazy, but I think I think we're going to see a bit of movement.
Okay, we're holding you to that, Chris. That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee, right?
Oh yeah. Money back.
Yeah, great. Yeah, Ruby, you got a question or comment?
No, I'm not sure how that happened. My hands are away from my keyboard. All I could say is that the gentleman that's going to be speaking, apparently he's a leader in the industry.
Yeah. Sorry, you're referring to Chris,
Chris
the
Leader.
mortgage dude?
Yeah. No, Leader. The guy. That's just
Chris Leader. Yeah.
I'm just trying to be a little funny. That's all.
I love it, Ruby. I get your humor. I get it. It's good. It's good. You're on mute, Mom. Anyways, no, yeah. Chris
Okay,
Leader's
sorry, my comment was we were a little slow. I'm really slow apparently this morning.
It's all good. It's all good. No, Chris is a great, Chris Leader's a great, he is a great leader in the industry. And so looking forward to having him out. Just on the, just on the marketing side, I'm not going to get into this in our presentation next week, but it has to be said. Arguably, and I think many of you would likely agree with me, September, October, November, and December, hands down, are the most exciting marketing periods of time for a real estate agent, simply because there are so many excuses for you to connect with your sphere of influence, which we know 80 to 85% of your business as the average agent comes from your sphere of influence. But to connect with these folks, connect with your people, and in a sincere way. If you can imagine, just understand the context of where you're at right now. The winter months were brutal, and we had an awful winter. At least everybody says that in their mind. And then they go, I can't wait for the summer heat. And, and then we get there. And of course, yes, it's the summer of George. It's the summer of me. I'm going to enjoy myself this summer. So it's all about me during the summer. And then you get so hot and you're like, can't wait for the fall. It's too hot, right? We're never happy with where we're at. And then we get to the fall, but now it's from isolation to all about you to now about connecting with your family, connecting with your friends. Everybody's going to be getting together over Thanksgiving. Everybody's been cheering folks on when they've got their kids going to university for the first day or the first day of kindergarten. Like, this is really family time, right? This is really connecting with your friends that you haven't been connected with before over Thanksgiving. The Halloween parties, everybody's having fun, getting together. You've got the Christmas coming up, which is, let's face it, it feels like Christmas is 2 months of the year, with November and December. So take opportunities, take stock in what is about to come your way to get in front of your clients. These various pop-by gifts and marketing campaigns, this is where your money really is going to go a long way with your dollars spent. And I just kind of put up some ideas here. Of course, in September, back to school, various reasons for the call. We're always looking like, I'm afraid to call my clients. Well, what is the reason for your phone call? How was your summer? Settling into the fall, you can have some very basic conversation there. But pop-by gifts, we run a business on marketing and being top of mind with our clients. So take this opportunity for the months of September. Your personalized Thanksgiving cards, handwritten notes, pie giveaways. Thankful for you. Again, reasons for your phone call. I just wanted to call you and say I'm grateful to you. When was the last time anybody ever called you? By the way, I'm going to call my mother out, Joanne. She had an agent who no longer works with us, retired from the business, not even from our own brokerage. Reach out to, I don't know what it was, Friday night we were together?
Friday night, yeah.
We won't say who it is, okay? But she's not in the business anymore, but she just like so randomly texted mom to say something to the effect, what did she say? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
and she's such a classy agent. Very successful. And on a Friday night, I just wanted to reach out to you in these crazy times to say how much I've always admired you, how, what your level of integrity is like. And then I'm thinking of you. You were one of the absolute greatest in our industry. It was like,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Yeah.
And
But
and
stay
and
in touch.
all of that is true. By the way, my vote for the new registrar is Joanne Evans. But that aside, no, she says no. But the reaction that you had on Friday night, and then to go and share that with, hey Trevor, look what she just, oh my gosh, and it was magical. So you as an agent can make someone else feel that good if it's sincere, not bullshit, not hope everything is going well. Don't give me a vanilla style check-in. Give me something meaningful, give me something impactful. And if you're like, no, that makes no sense that I would do that with that person, that means you're not close enough with them. That means you got some work to do as well too. So great ideas. I'm just trying to get your minds kind of going here for the month of November. This is where the Christmas holiday kicks in. Little gifts there, the phone calls, pop-bys. There's so many success stories that I know you guys have all had with yourselves and seen other people do as well too. And then December, it's the mega month of building your business. I know there's people on this call, their entire business is from doing their pop-by campaigns in the month of December. And this is an opportunity for equal to every single one of you. So really keep that in mind. As you're coming into the session next week with Chris Leader, I want you guys to be thinking in this mindset. There's no fear. There's no fears and concern or worry about this market. We get out of this real estate business what we put into it. I heard someone talk last week about, we talk about intelligence, we talk about emotional intelligence, but we rarely talk about the work intelligence. It is something different. It's not about the mindset traditionally with intelligence and emotional intelligence. It's really about what you're putting into it and that work ethic. This business is all about that. So yeah, just put that as a side note there. Any questions on that? Comments? Just trying to take a break there for my voice. Listen, open houses, as you're, talking to your sphere of influence over the next few months, that is your source, your primary source of business. As you are preparing for, how do I bring new people into my business? What a great opportunity open houses bring to you, whether it's one or even two people that come through that open house. That's a new person you can potentially connect with. Okay. And when I was up in the north offices this week, Kevin Scott. So Kevin Scott kind of supports the North agents up here. Chris supports the agents down here. This is something that Kevin did for the agent Kevin Woolham on a listing that Kevin has in his name there. And I thought this was great, though. When you're doing an open house, imagine what if you're there to sell the house, right, to a potential buyer. What's going to be their biggest challenge right now? Especially, I don't know, this one's $3 million, almost $3 million. What is going to be their biggest challenge? It's going to be, hey, can I even afford to do this? What a great little idea. Okay, here are the interest rates right now. If you had a down payment, what kind of monthly payments would you have there? As a marketing piece, is actually really powerful, but as a problem-solving solution, what a great opportunity to share with new people. Hey, yeah, it's a beautiful house. Now let me talk to you about how we can make this happen for you. And I didn't know that. You didn't know about the monthly payments on a $3 million house as you walk in here all by yourself with your agent not attending today? Oh, and you have an agent? Are they sending you homes like this? Why didn't they come today? Look, are they talking to you about the mortgage payments? They never shared you the mortgage. Okay, well, take this if you got information. I'm not soliciting. You're not under contract, are you, with that? No, I only speak to them every Christmas when they send me a Christmas card. Okay, cool. Well, look, I'm a full-time agent, and this is how I support my clients. However you're ready for that pitch, but get ready for it. Lots of opportunities for open houses. I will give the kudos to our North agents who seem, I think when we did, I look at open houses on a weekly basis. You guys are really in the North. You guys are probably, let's say 5-1. So 5 open houses for that are happening in the North offices compared to our South offices. They're really hitting those open houses. And I make a note without empty consideration. I'm getting phone calls from the North agents on, Trevor, how do I do double ends? How do I represent both this and this? What are they know how to do it, but they just want to be clear, because that's where you get a little nervous. Am I doing this right? As per Tressa. But I get a ton of phone calls there. And then I see the double end deals. I see the sale and the purchase, and it's our agents there. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of double ending deals. They're a good way to make money. You just got to do it the right way. Tressa allows you to do that. So anyways, I think open houses are an incredible way. And please, I know I saw a message there from Tio yesterday trying to get agents to cover open houses for other agents. If that comes across your path, jump on that opportunity and make sure you do all the right fundamentals things. Like, again, sphere of influence and open houses, incredible opportunities to bring new people into your business. And that's what we're here to do, right? Again, for preparation for next week, what's your goal? When we talk about doing our goals, setting our goals in New Year's, what's your goal right now? September, what's our date today? I don't even know what our date is today. September 10th? What is your goal from now until December 31st? You should write it down. Like right now, if you got a pen available, remember these things? Not DocuSign, a pen, right? Write down the number of transactions you want to do, or write down the number that you want to make from now until December 31st. What do you want your Christmas to look like? For you, for your family, your bank account, your awards. What kind of trips you want to go on? You want to move? You want to look at a new house? Write it down. Write down those goals. It's not just a number. It's what that number gets you, how it makes you feel, that financial independence, that freedom, the wind blowing in your hair on the beaches of Mexico thinking, I did it. That's priceless, those feelings, right? Or that
Trevor, you were asking for some feedback for the topics for the meeting, but in the chat, you've got Grace has put in there, perhaps we could have some training sessions on acting for both buyers and sellers when, with what you were talking about. And you got Maria, yes, that would be a great role play. That could be something between our September meeting and our Christmas party to get some training in and role playing around those. But these are the kind of things we're looking for from you. Give us your feedback. What do you want us to be doing? I also had someone asking about, I heard this week asking about how do I incorporate AI in real terms, not just talking about AI, but how do I start to use AI? These things, we want to hear from you. What are your needs?
I love it. And I hope we get these copied and pasted. And so I can start kind of tailoring that, not just for next week's meeting, but yeah, to Grace's point, like, okay, that's a deep dive session, Trev. Let's go into
Yeah.
all the forms. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I actually know there's a lot of anxiety agents have. Even when I was chatting with the North agents yesterday, and there was a few of them going around there, and they're still uncomfortable with it. I think they're uncomfortable not with the paperwork side of things, because the paperwork is there not to be afraid of. The paperwork is there for you to embrace, so you can feel confident you're protected to double end the deal. Just like your clients are feeling with the paperwork that you're guiding them through, they're protected. Their interests are top of mind with you. So it's nothing to be afraid of. We just got to make sure we hit the right protection points there. Yeah, Christina.
And speaking on the training, just so everyone knows what's coming along, we are trying to put together calendars. September was a busy month with the meeting, but we do have some training topics that are coming up towards the end of the month, and then we're also going to push forward some October and November training as well. And we've brought on some new partners. Actually, no one really knows, so I won't even mention it, but we have people scheduled in for 2026, so we're really trying to do a push. So all of these suggestions are great. We can fine tune it.
Fabulous. Great, Christina. Cool. So I was trying to break it down, get real intense with you on a personal level. Like what are your goals, right? But guys, make sure you write those down. And then next week, walking into this meeting, I don't want it to be entertaining for you. Although Chris is very entertaining. I'm very entertaining. We're all. I want it to be quite reflective. I want it to be quite real with you, and then action plan it. So you set your goal, and then you just get the tasks that are required. If I can simply put together a business plan, what are you working towards, and what do you need to get there? There's so many ways on how within the business, 1,001 ways to run this business. And so your path is going to work for you. So that's what I want you to get out of next week. That, at least what are those to-dos to get you quicker to that goal that you've got, and ready to write that down. So again, just the reminder for next week. I hope to see everybody there next week, and Chris will be wonderful, and it'll be wonderful to connect with your colleagues, and you guys are going to chat about your businesses and the challenges. And this is important. This is important to get together face to face. I love my Zoom meetings. I absolutely do. Very efficient to put up on screen everything, all the ideas I want to share. But nothing beats getting together with each one of you and sharing our stories and our pains, and then, well, you know what, you should try this. Oh my God, Grace, Franco, that is an amazing idea. Thank you so much, right? And that's the purpose of this. So, okay, I've rambled enough, right? Yeah, you guys, it's enough.
However, this is a great segue into our fabulous meeting for next week. I'm just like you, so looking forward to seeing everybody in person. Can't wait. And can't wait to welcome all of our great new people that have come on board. It's really exciting.
Yeah, no, they're all good fits. They're all good. You'll
Yep.
see. You'll see. We'll make them all. Actually, what we'll do is we'll make them all go on stage and like give a
Don't
big.
say that, they won't come. Don't
Okay,
you
no,
dare.
we're not going to do that. No, we're not going to
No.
do that at all.
No.
Is that a wink, Chanel? Oh yeah, Trevor, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. No, it'll be fun. We'll make sure only a few have the limelight, but it'll be a good session to get together. And I really like bringing the entire company, all 6 offices together, but we really need kind of frontline discussion. So, things happen differently up in the north versus the south. So you guys are evenly kind of like in context with each other. So I'm looking forward to that. Cool. Are there any kind of comments or questions worthy of kind of sharing here? Just kind of open up
Tim had a good suggestion. Should we make them sing the Century 21 theme song? Even if there isn't one, we'll have to make it up.
We can chat GPT one. There was one created, I think.
Is this real? Is there a Century 21 song? Don't tell me
Didn't
that.
someone do one about, at our last kickoff? Didn't Ron do something for Joanne Evans, the history?
Yes, that's right. He did. He sang me a song for God's sake.
Yeah, he did.
We'll have to we'll have to pull that one out of the archives and get it going. And Tabitha, look at that sweet comment that she's excited and happy to be part of our brokerage. And we're so excited and happy to have you too, Tabitha. Like, it's awesome. Can't wait to hug you.
I told you, Tabitha, she's a hugger. She's a hugger. Excellent. Guys, great insight. Christina, please copy and paste all those comments for me. I won't hang up until you get it all, or you give me that thumbs up, okay? But everybody, looking forward to seeing you next week, both in up north and in Brampton. And we're here. Your managers are here. T.O. is back. She's never traveling ever again. Never again is she traveling. Christina's here for you. Shazad is here for you. I am here for you. Sandy is here for you. All of your support staff is here for you. We're just here to help you shine, get your stories out to your clients, and get those transactions flowing in a smooth way. So okay. I'll see you guys next week.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Have a great week, everyone.
Have a great week. Have a great week.
Yeah.
Did you get all that, Christina? Did you copy and paste? Okay.
She's on it, Trevor. She's on it.
Thanks, Christina.
Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.